Welcome to the TA Tales channel. We hope you enjoy your time with us. I had been married to my husband, Liam Sai, for 3 years. Throughout that period, he had not engaged with me as a husband should. Each night, he would turn away and fall asleep without even acknowledging my presence. Despite this, I loved Liam deeply. He had brought home a large black dog named Boomer, with whom I developed a strong friendship, playing with him daily. However, I often found myself questioning whether Liam reciprocated my feelings, as he provided for all my needs but lacked intimacy. One day, I mustered the courage to speak with him about my desires. I implored him to consider in vitro fertilization, IVF, so that we could have children together. I expressed my need for him to at least attempt to address my emotional and physical needs, even if it did not fully fulfill me. I longed to feel like a woman, especially as others began to mock me, assuming I was unable to bear children, unaware that the issue stemmed from our lack of intimacy. After listening to my pain, Liam held me close but then delivered devastating news. He was impotent and unable to be intimate with me. He expressed his reluctance to initiate something he could not complete and encouraged me to pray for a miracle, hoping that one day God would heal him so we could conceive naturally. I was left in tears, feeling lost and uncertain about our future together. Later, I met my friend Emma for lunch. After hearing about my marital struggles, Emma offered surprising advice. She suggested that I find another man who could fulfill my needs. She urged me to forget about my husband, mentioning that many women engage in affairs and keep them secret from their spouses. Initially, I was taken aback by Emma's suggestion. How could she even propose such a thing? Yet, as she continued to speak, my mind began to race with possibilities. The more I listened, the more I contemplated the idea. Upon returning home, I found it difficult to dismiss our conversation, and I sat in my room, lost in thought. Emma's words lingered in my mind as I finally reached a resolution after much contemplation. I decided to seek a man who could satisfy my needs. The following day, I contacted Liam Theodore, informing him that he would no longer be troubled by my inquiries regarding our marital rights. I assured him that I would find a way to address my needs independently. Liam Theodore was taken aback by this revelation. He realized that I had been engaging in a perilous game and could not allow this situation to continue. After 3 years of my unwavering patience, he recognized that he had offered me little in return. Fueled by a newfound determination, Liam resolved to initiate change in his life. That night, he vowed to do whatever was necessary to win me back, understanding that it was imperative to restore the love in our marriage before it was too late. However, he was already behind in his efforts. Boomer, who typically remained at home, had been unusually restless over the past few days. One afternoon, while I was watching television after completing my work, I noticed him sitting beside the sofa. His demeanor was not typical that day. I decided to give him a bath, pouring water over him and applying soap. His body felt unusually warm. As I washed him, I noticed something peculiar. In a moment of weakness, I touched him under the guise of cleaning, despite my loyalty to my husband. I quickly pushed him away and continued drying him off, sending him out of the bathroom before I took my own bath. While bathing, my thoughts drifted back to him, and I found myself becoming increasingly aroused. After finishing my shower, I emerged wrapped only in a towel. As I bent down to retrieve my clothes, Boomer unexpectedly leaped onto me from behind, and despite my attempts to rise, I found myself relishing the moment. After he finished, he left me on the sofa. Overwhelmed by my thoughts, I felt a sense of shame. I questioned myself about my actions, wondering why I had done this. Yet, simultaneously, the woman within me felt a sense of fulfillment. I then rose and began my daily tasks. The following day, Liam Theodore called and requested that I sit down. He took a deep breath and began, "I sincerely apologize for the way I have treated you over the past 3 years. There is something I need to share with you that I should have expressed long ago." I looked at him, both curious and anxious. Liam Theodore continued, Before we married, Emma, your best friend, cautioned me that you were a flirt. She claimed you would not be faithful and would not make a good wife. I was reluctant to believe her, but her words lingered in my mind. I resolved to test your loyalty by withholding intimacy for 3 years to see if you would remain faithful. I was taken aback, my heart breaking as tears welled in my eyes. So, because of what Emma said, you denied me for 3 years? I asked in disbelief. I cannot fathom this, Liam. I moved closer, taking his hands in mine. Please forgive me, I was foolish. I allowed my insecurities to dictate my actions. I should not have listened to her. I love you deeply and am truly sorry. I paused for a moment, recalling that just hours earlier, I had betrayed my husband with his friend. My heart ached, but I reminded myself that this was the moment I had longed for. Liam Theodore returning to me completely. I knew Emma would seize the opportunity if I chose to walk away. Taking a deep breath, I said, I forgive you, Liam Theodore, but make tonight a night I will always remember. That evening, I prepared myself, my heart open to a new beginning. When Liam Theodore came to me, the love we shared that night surpassed anything I had ever envisioned. I made him believe that I had remained untouched until that moment. Our connection was reignited, and we discovered peace and happiness in each other's embrace. Days later, I visited Emma, who greeted me with a sly smile. So how is your boyfriend treating you? She teased. My face brightened as I replied, I do not have a boyfriend, Emma. My husband is. The love and affection I received from Liam Theodore were unparalleled. Emma's smile, once radiant, dimmed as I shifted my tone to a more resolute stance. I informed her that Liam had disclosed everything she had said about me. Emma, I stated firmly, you are not a friend. Rather, you are someone who sought to drive a wedge between us. Upon realizing her error, Emma fell to her knees, pleading for my forgiveness. I gazed at her, my heart resolute and unwavering. I forgive you, I declared, but we can never be friends again. Please do not approach me. I wish for you to be absent from my life. From that moment onward, Liam Theodore and I grew closer, our love flourishing. Liam cherished me, ensuring that every moment we spent together was unforgettable. I remained eternally grateful to God for restoring justice to our marriage, reinforcing our bond, and silencing the deceitful friend who attempted to separate us. Liam and I frequently explored beautiful destinations together, celebrating and nurturing our love. Our connection was boundless, and we lived joyfully ever after, inseparable as true soulmates. Dear friends, thank you for watching. Please leave your comments, like, share with others, and subscribe to the channel.